Every year, the Houston History Alliance gives awards to people. We have 2 awards. We have one, the Houston History Hero Award, and we also have our Betty Trapp Chapman Houston History Educator Award. It is our pleasure this year to be presenting the first award, the Houston History Hero Award, to Welcome Wilson Sr. You know, he didn't know who we were 3 weeks ago. So Welcome Wilson Sr. he's a joy. I called him up and I said, listen, we're going to be giving you an award. He had talked to the head of our advisory board, Mickey Norton, and Mickey said, welcome, we're going to give you an award. And he said, who is this? Not Mickey, but our group. And so she explained it to him, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm familiar with them. But I went up just for a little while just to say, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. I ended up hanging out with him for an hour and a half, and let me tell you something. I wanted to put that man in my pocket and walk off. He is an absolute joy. 89 years old, and the man just keeps going. He actually is not here. We have his mini-me. Actually, that's not nice. We have Welcome Wilson Jr. with us here to accept the award. So hopefully you'll forgive me for that. But Welcome Wilson Sr., it was just wonderful. And to step into his office, it's filled with pictures. And a lot of them are from significant moments in Houston's history. Okay? There's a great picture of him with JFK, just before JFK announces we're going to the moon. And Welcome is pointing to the picture, and he says, you see that? I made sure I was in that portion of the shot when they took it. And he's just kind of leaning over talking to JFK. And it was just this wonderful sense of humor, at the same time understanding how significant the history of this city is. He really loves it. And all of those pictures, almost all of those pictures, were of his family. Absolutely and totally in love with his family. So like I said, I wanted to put Welcome in my pocket and walk off. He is the former chairman of the Board of Regents at the University of Houston. He's chairman of the Drive to Tier 1 and the endower of the Welcome Wilson Houston History Collaborative. He is the chairman of Welcome Group, which owns industrial facilities in Texas, and is former chairman of 2 Texas banks. He served as an official in the executive office of the president under Eisenhower. Okay, really cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to present the Houston History Hero Award to Welcome Wilson Sr. And here to accept the award is Welcome Wilson Jr. Like to say a few things? Microphone's all yours.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. It is cold in here, isn't it? Thank you very much. Welcome Senior would be here today, except he's in Israel right now, so it was tough for him to make it here this morning since he's in another country. He moved here 70 years ago from Brownsville to attend the University of Houston along with his brother Jack. He was here for the last 70 years and has witnessed most of what my generation knows in Houston. He was here with the birth of our freeway system, which we all know and love. He was here at the opening of the Astrodome with Lyndon Johnson and Judge Roy Hoffines, and I'm happy to hear that the county has come up with a solution for the Astrodome, so I applaud them for that. And as she mentioned, he knew a lot of the politicians. He was with JFK the night before he flew to Dallas for the unfateful parade that he was in the next day. So he was with JFK that night. He knew many of the Houston leaders that we've all read about, H.R. Cullen, George R. Brown, Jim Elkins, Judge Hoffines, R.E. Bob Smith, Walter Mischer. He personally knew every one of them and has a lot of stories he can tell on each and every one of his experiences with them. As she mentioned, he's 89 years old. If he was here, he would tell you that history plans to treat him well now that most of his friends have passed away. He would also tell you that when he was a baby, the Dead Sea was only sick. Our family is very proud, and I'm proud to accept this award from the Houston History Alliance. We're very proud of our support of the Welcome Wilson Houston History Collaborative at the University of Houston. We have great history departments at all of our universities, and that we're with a great collection in our libraries, and we encourage everybody to go visit all of our libraries at the University of Houston system and read all the great collection we have. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Welcome. I'm glad you were here. The second award today is going to be going to an educator, and that educator award is named after Betty Trapp Chapman, who is the godmother of our organization. She's sitting over here, and Betty, if you don't mind raising your hand, if you want to stand up, you can. I'm going to give her a round of applause. Betty is absolutely the grande dame of Houston history, and we are so very, very proud to have her be part of our organization. This award is given to an educator every year, somebody whom we feel like has made a significant impact on all of our community, understanding the rich history that we have. The educator not just teaches within a traditional setting, but teaches wherever they go. That is the best description I can give to this person that we're going to give the next award to. You've seen a lot of him so far. It is Dr. Roger Wood. I had to write notes about this because I feel very strongly about Roger. There are not enough words in the dictionary to adequately describe him. I'm going to embarrass him by saying that, but I'll have to risk his ire by being honest. Roger is absolutely remarkable. As you can see in your program, Roger was an English professor at Houston Community College Central Campus for 33 years. He's an avid musicologist and has written 3 books about Houston's music history. Down in Houston and Texas Zydeco with James Frere as the photographer, and the photography is incredible in those books. And House of Hits, the story of Houston's Gold Star Sugar Hill Studios, whom he co-wrote with Andrew Bradley, who's going to participate in the Sugar Hill panel after lunch. We're honoring Roger because he is, to the very center of his being, every cell in his body, a passionate educator. Roger has no other choice except to teach. He loves learning, and he loves sharing what he learns with others. I've been referring to Roger for the last year and a half as the fountain of youth. The very first time I met him, I was hanging out with him and my co-conspirator, Tanya DeBose, on my board. And we sat there enthralled for an entire hour listening to him talk about what he knew about Houston music history. We did not notice the time pass. We didn't notice that our coffees had gotten cold. All we noticed was that there was this incredible individual whom time could not touch. And that's simply because of his passion. And it's not just the passion for the subject, but the passion for the person sitting across from him who wants to know about it. I am very, very proud to be giving this award to Dr. Roger Wood.
You are too sweet.
Very sincere.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm honored, and it's very nice what she said about me. I want to remind you that that passion isn't something that comes out of an individual. It's something that one gets in dealing with individuals. And in this room, we've got musicians like Nick Gaitan and Robert Rodriguez and Mr. Bush. We've got music writers that I've been reading for much of my adult life, like Joe Nick Petoskey, Rick Mitchell. I'm not sure if he's still in the room, but guys like that. Okay, I can't see anything. But, you know, when I moved to this city in '81, Houston was just a scary big place to me. I grew up in the rural area in Louisiana and had lived in other places, and I didn't really plan to stay here long. But Houston is a city where, thanks to organizations and events like this, where some of us can get to know each other and experience that interchange and share that passion. And thank you very much.